It has been a mere 2 decades since the Congress of Vienna and the defeat of Napoleon. The war, however, exposed glaring weaknesses in the Russian nation. Following the rise of Tsar Nicholas I, the mere tenets of liberalism were shunned in favor of an aristocratic rule. The peasantry was quelled under the iron fist of the Tsar's regime. No doubt, these only contributed to the immense impoverishment and backwards nature of Russia. Despite the oppressive landscape of the monarchy and its immense bureaucracy, innovation slowly flourished as small steps were made to strengthen the integrity of the empire. Only the following century may prove whether Russia will rise to greatness or fall into the annals of history. Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 2, the GFM mod. It's been a little bit since I've actually done a normal series of Victoria 2, but we are going to start that today. This is the latest version of the GFM mod. Came out yesterday, March 23rd. And so we're just jumping right in. There's been a few changes as far as Z zones, a few new provinces added, stuff like that. It's not too much different from the Brazil campaign I just did earlier as far as what the map does. And I don't think there's really much more content, just a few little bit more bug fixes. But regardless, we are playing the Russian Empire today. Now, Russia is a big nation and has a lot of potential as a nation too. It could potentially be the strongest nation in the game if played correctly. There's a lot of potential there. It's just that it starts out in kind of a precarious position. Its literacy is abysmal. It's 3.3%. And so that is right off the bat terrible. We're going to go through some of these quick options really quick, as it should be. So 4.2%. I guess it went up a little bit. Not sure what caused that, but it did. Regardless, we are starting out at war with some of the Circassian nations down here. We are not, or Caucasus nations, sorry. Well, I guess Circassia is a proper term for that as well. We're not going to do the funny little thing where we peace out and lose the war and do peasant reform right away. I don't feel like that is actually the proper way to really do this. It's not fun. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's not fun. It's kind of cheesy, not super realistic, and there's also a better way to do it. If you can notice, our intellectuals is like, what, 1%? If we get up to above 2% and get that education efficiency going up as far as literacy rate, we can make the effects a lot more stronger. So it'll help us do a lot more. Even though we have to wait a little bit longer, we'll get a lot more done just by doing that. So first things first, we would like to, ideological thought would give us another national focus point. Super important. Positivism, super important as well, just to get the education efficiency. You want to get there by 1850. This isn't available to 1840. So I would like to get these two texts out of the way before we have to hit 1840, but obviously our research points is so low, we probably won't be able to do that. Medicine is another thing that I typically go for, but because our population is so high, I'm not actually going to worry about this stuff so much at the moment, in favor of focusing over here on the culture tech. So of course, we'll get medicine and go down that tech tree fairly quickly off the bat too. But we're not going to worry about it right now. Plus, we have a 15% culture tech bonus. That does disappear later in the game as we do modernize. So we're going to go ahead and focus more on max ideal or national focus at the moment, because this will allow us to get another national focus where we can use it on intellectuals and increase our nation. Some people like to do bureaucrats first because of administrative efficiency. That tends to settle itself. I'm still debating on which one's better. I've sort of decided that they both kind of result in the same thing. You can still get clergymen. Bureaucrats are going to promote whether you help or not a little bit slower, and then you switch over to intellectuals. Doesn't really, I don't think it has much of a difference if you focus on either or. And so obviously we're going to balance out our economy right off the bat. I'm not sure how bad things are, so we're just going to have to hope for the best and sort of focus on it a little bit later as we start jumping into the run here. As far as options go, we are going to where's the fantasy nation stuff? Right here, enable fantasy nations. Otherwise, I don't think there's really anything else for us to do. We are going to be doing the Greek plan. So our idea here is going to be, I'm not sure if I can show up a map over here, but basically we're going to go and take out all of Scandinavia. Scandinavia is going to be our puppet. We're going to get that under our control. We are going to take over the entire Middle East and all of northern China. That's our immediate goals. I think that makes it for a kind of not bad border gore at all, actually. It's actually pretty decent, I think, kind of realistic, and doesn't look like crap. So that's kind of that big point. We don't want to just border gore it up and make blobbing a thing in this Let's Play. It's not really our whole idea, our plan here. Ideological thought. I did not know this cosmos reforms is a thing. Plus 20% admin efficiency. This actually might be new. There's actually a few things I'm not familiar with last time I played with Russia. This years after 1840 and is at peace. Economic policy is not laissez-faire. We actually get a bunch of bonuses. I actually really like this. Okay, so this is new. This is new. This is also new. Iron Railroad. Gain 3 levels of Railroad. Most of the other stuff has been here. I'm quite familiar with. But I do like these things. So ideological thought. We're actually going for that right away anyways. So that works out for us. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We are going to then not really do anything as far as factories go. If we were to look, let's just grab like Moscow, for example. Laborers promoting to craftsmen. If they're below 9% literacy or below 30% literacy, it's a minus 9%, which is terrible right off the bat. I thought it was lower than that, actually. Has factories plus 10%. Minus 40%. They below says no factories and profits on economic policies planned. It actually might be fine. There used to be, at least in vanilla, you can't really get any craftsmen below 20%, but we actually could get craftsmen technically. It's just not going to be as prevalent as long as we're below 30% literacy rate. And so with our pops, a lot of them are like 11, 14% down here. And they're actually higher than a national average. National average is 4.2%. So ideally, we can get those pops up to 30% and switch over to some industrialization because that's going to be huge for us as a nation. But yeah, right off the bat, take out these guys. So send them in. Our army's composition is terrible, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Not much we can do. I am, though, going to produce a bunch of artillery and dragoons. Ideally, we can get all this stuff. How should we do more? 60 is about right. Let's get 24 dragoons. I think we have enough infantry, just straight up infantry, to offset a lot of that stuff. I would like to delete some of these where are they? Cavalry units and get rid of that, but we'll kind of go with it. We'll go with it. We'll figure it out as we go. This is going to drop. This number is going to drop to like 90 or something as we go to war. So not fun stuff, but yeah, we had a great game right off the bat. So these guys are going to head over here. We actually have the armies really positioned to take advantage of the situation. We sort of do. It's not too bad. Bouquet Horde, that looks new, I'm pretty sure. We're going to send these guys out over to the Great Game area. So, or Mid-East Asia. I'm not sure what you call this region. Western Asia. So we're going to take out Greater Jews. Or Juz. I don't really care so much about... Actually, all these guys are my puppets. There is no problem. And the Ottoman Empire is also our ally. So we're going to go for Greater Juz. Kokand as well, but I don't think we can go to war against them until we're actually bordering them. We would like to try sphering the Qajar Empire. I'd like to take these guys too. I'm trying to think, what is our game plan as far as the Ottomans go? So the Greek plan is at peace and event a state and government. That's all. That's literally it. We declare war on the Ottoman Empire and basically take out all that. Right. We also want to make sure we get Sweden. Norway, and Denmark. Those are three huge ones. And right off the bat, we're going to be fighting against the British for it. We could try building a factory over here. Get rid of that debuff. So build one of those. And how much does that help? 6%. Okay, so that's a lot better. And that should help. Because our empire, neighboring sphere member. I might not worry so much about them right off the bat, but these guys I do want to worry about. Especially Denmark. I think Denmark gets feared pretty much right away. And those guys are already cordial with me, except Norway. But I'm the only one influencing Norway. So if we get all those guys in our sphere, and this guy, Schleswig-Holstein, we can go ahead and activate our Finnish Scandinavia. So at peace, that's a nationalism and imperialism, and have all those guys in our sphere. And we can go ahead and make them a puppet over here. They may become a great power, which is the only downside there, but they could become our friend. That's a great power. And that's fine by me. Greater Jews will become a puppet. I accept. And these guys will be annexed. So that stops the war. It's good for us. So we can focus on other stuff now. So the Caucasian War. The Russian annexation of the Caucasus have been met with increasing bitterness and anger amongst the local populace. To consolidate our hold on one of the provinces of the region, the fort of Rykurock will not be the capital of the province anymore, and the recently found port city will be the new regional capital. Order shall be restored. Do not click with open pop menu. What the heck does that mean? Oh, open pop menu. We're not doing that. Okay, so Highlander raids for the next 22 years. Oh, fun stuff. Siege of Herat. Okay, cool. So before the fall of the Safavid dynasty. So anyways, this will basically give us some more influence over here in Qajar Empire, which is good. So increase opinion. And ideally, we could get to the point where we can actually add them to our sphere. Yep, now we go declare war on them. So call allies. Everybody will accept. Good. Kokand will become a puppet of the Russian Empire. Yes. Thank you. Integrate Kazakhstan. Where's that at? Inherit Greater Jews already. Nice. Declare war, the great game on these guys. Call allies. Everybody accept still. I'm just waiting for the moment that the Ottoman Empire does not accept. They keep accepting though. So we're gonna keep going. And they have their armies right here. So I'll just let them take it over. They can just do their thing. And I will just sit back and not lose my men. So the benefit with this, like last time I played Russia was on a multiplayer game. And it was obviously a lot more difficult because you have other players and you're competing with them. Trying to... I'll send these guys back. Trying to get all your spheres and you're competing and fighting, going to wars. And it's tough. But here's like no resistance to what I'm doing. So it's a little bit easier and interesting. So add a sphere in Denmark. So like this would not have happened. I would not have been able to get Denmark on my sphere. Both because Prussia and the UK. The UK tends to love taking over Denmark to keep Prussia, or from Prussia from forming Germany. So that's something that normally happens in my multiplayer games. So our sphere map mode is already, it's going well. We're going to want to take over the Ottoman Empire relatively soonish. Well, nationalism and imperialism doesn't unlock until, or is it state and government? 1840 or 1850? Let me see. Right here. So state and government. Oh. That begs the question. I think I'm going to ideological thought, idealism, and then state and government. So I can get that decision we're going to do. We'll take out the Ottomans pretty early. Subukara will be my puppet then. Or, yep. Sounds good to me. And Khiva. Is Ottoman still willing? Yep, they're still willing. So this does give us infamy every single time we peace out, which is an issue. Like, it adds a lot of infamy to our nation. Doing all this stuff. So being able to justify on like these guys, so Darvis actually have a truce with, so we can't do anything there. I would like to go in and really just kind of expand down here. Let's see what we can have happen. Tsar Empire is an interesting position where we could try and just take them out outright and expand down here directly, or just form puppet nations. And I think I'm leaning towards puppet nations. I don't think we can make them a puppet. No, we can't. Not really sure what the criteria for that is. Assume control of Kokand. Yes. Alright, so we've got max national focus. Ideological thought. So I'm going to go ahead and start focusing our next intellectual spot, national focus on Poltava. And we are going to hold off until idealism, so we can research that. And that's about it, actually. We're just going to keep holding. And where's that decision? I think that decision can't be used until 1840, right? This, Kiselev reforms, is at peace. So we're not at peace. We can't do that yet. And this one, we also have to be at peace in the years after 1840. Oh. Well, I just realized is that the Tsar Empire was going to war against Khiva. Like, not on our side. Oh. Wait, so I don't even have any troops down here. Command units. I see you finished troops over here. Oh, they're already going over there. And Khiva will now peace out. Good. Okay, so I got two decisions we can make. So Kislev's reforms and the potato thing. So potato decrees and Kislev's reforms. Kislev's reforms will give us tax efficiency. Administrative efficiency will help a lot as far as producing more of this. So we got 21.4%. Now if we do Kislev's reforms, that should pop it up to, well, a little bit more. Plus 20%. I think that helps a little bit as far... I think that's the max it decreases. So it decreases the max there, so 20% of what we had. That sounds about right, actually. The potato decree. So forced introduction of potatoes. Pop militancy, local consciousness. I actually do want this. We want pop militancy. And consciousness would be good too. So farming efficiency and farm size. Until 1850. I'll take it. Make my people mad. And make more money in the process. And we have a pretty good block forming down here in the Mideast. Over here in Asia. Central Asia. That's what it was. Central Asia. I'm like, what's the name? I remember now. The potato rights. The potato decree have begun taking effect in the Volga-Ural area. However, the inhabitants are very paranoid and fearful of this new crop, largely caused by eschatological rumors associated with potato planting to the service of the Antichrist. Around 500,000 angry peasants have more than 500,000 peasants risen up. Huh. Either lose militancy or we could lose some population size but get some militancy and consciousness. We didn't lose that many people, and I do want the militancy and consciousness. But it looks like it's not going to last that long. Unfortunately. Darn it. But yeah, wait for infantry to tick down a little bit, and then we'll start thinking about going against China. We have a lot of soldiers now, and the army composition should be pretty decent, at least decent enough to take out the Chinese. I don't think, yeah, they don't have anything. Well, actually, that's their naval tech, wasn't it? Yeah, they have 0 out of 30 army tech, so nothing to be concerned about. All right, so the purchase of Crippost Ross. So this is over here in Mexico, this small little outpost here that we apparently own. We could sell it for 30,000, which honestly, actually, wouldn't that be kind of cool? No, we're not doing that. That's dumb. Oh, would it be so cool? 30,000. We actually do kind of need the money. Yeah. Let's just sell it. We'll just sell it. I'm not gonna be that kind of person who's just gonna keep Cripples Ross. Okay, so the Oriental Crisis is firing. So Russian diplomats have been watching the crisis develop in the Orient for some time. And now that the Ottomans and Egyptians are at war, it has become clear that the empire's hold over its dominion is crumbling. Who's supporting them right now? British intervention Egypt against Egypt. I'm actually, yeah, I'm in favor of keeping the Ottomans strong. Because when we actually go ahead and dismantle the Egyptians, we can easily, well, take all of it. We want them to have Egypt. It will automatically become ours. So gain liberate country cast bill against Egypt, declare war on Egypt. That is all fine, and we are doing it. So Egypt only has 20, or Ottomans, wait, no, they have 28 brigades. These guys have 35. I have a cast spell against them called Oriental Crisis. Interesting. I'm going to send in some troops. Egypt has 3 out of 30 mil tech. So it's kind of concerning, but I only need to send in enough troops to kind of back them up. Send in our navy as well. That should be a pretty easy thing to do. And get some tasty war score if at all possible. There we go. So, what does the Oriental Crisis even do? I think it just gives the Ottoman Empire back their cores. That's it. So nothing big. No big deal. Schleswig-Holstein we could go in and keep. Yeah, so all these guys are friendly. Everybody else is pretty much solidly in our sphere, including the Greeks. So everything's going pretty well on that front. Denmark is being kind of influenced. Norway, I'm not really... The only part I'm kind of concerned about is maybe because our empire. But otherwise, Schleswig-Holstein is basically going to be ours. And I think we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good so far. I like it. So let's go ahead and try to get these guys down and kind of focus over here on this front. Alright, so guys, we just got idealism. With that, we are going to jump straight into, I think state and government's the best option here. I would love to go down positivism, but state and government's really important for us as far as getting this Greek plan going. And the sooner, the better for us to do this. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll go down the social thought tech tree. But this won't be done until 1845. But that's only 3 years. Should give us enough time. Then after that, we can focus on this stuff. And hopefully things will go well. Okay, so it looks like peace has been established. The British didn't do anything. So make peace, did what we want to do. We'll continue as we were. I don't think there's any reason for us to get involved any further. I don't see what that would accomplish. So yeah, we're going to make peace. So get the 10 prestige. And yeah, the war is over. And we got our prestige. We could build the St. Petersburg, but it costs 30,000, or the railway, and it costs 30,000. We only have 50,000. So I'm not really going to worry about that. We're going to just send our troops back home and let's fight another day. These guys can go out over here. And these ships will just go home. Out to Sevastopol. And the only reason I'm getting an alliance with the Ottomans at this point is because I want to make sure nobody else allies them. If somebody else ends up allying them before I do this Greek plan, then they're going to get involved in the war, and I don't want that to happen. So I'll be allies with them up until we can get that thing started. Yeah, so I have no truce to the Ottoman Empire. So, of course, we don't have a truce, and we're just waiting to invent state and government, which will be done in another 2 years. And so we're just going to kind of keep going in that direction. Okay, so this is interesting. We can do the peasant reform, and I have no idea why. We invented idealism. Militancy and consciousness is because there's liberals in the upper house. 26.2%. Regardless, we can do the peasant reform. I'm going to do it. We already have a decent amount of intellectuals, a lot more than before, so the effect should be a lot better. I would have ideally would have been able to get some more positivism and stuff like that, but this is super key for us. We lose 4 infamy, so might want to look towards spending some infamy a little bit more soon. Political reforms like the peonage, comprehensive miracle, so increases land organization, mobilization size, increase efficiency by a ton, admin efficiency, and land starting experience until 1847. So that's 3 years. And then I think we get some minor buffs after that. But otherwise, I think we're going to take it. I don't think there's any reason not to. So, peasant reform, here we go. And we get a bunch of just random increases to our literacy too. So, build St. Petersburg, Moscow Rail. We're going to do that. I cut down our military spending by quite a lot, and that has given us a lot of income stream. So, that is good for us. I don't think there's any other major decisions to take. A lot of these are still like a little bit later on we'll do. But otherwise, I think the next one we're going to be focusing on will be the Greek plan. And so that's something to look forward to. Let's look how this should pop up. I'm not sure why it does that, but yeah, so 6.2% all of a sudden. Warsaw-Vienna Railway. Let's do it. And in the meantime, I have been kind of adjusting up our armies a little bit. I'm kind of expanding them slightly. I am debating on whether positivism or maybe going straight to medicine might be better for us here. I'm thinking medicine. Get that extra supply limit so we can take not so much attrition. And we should be a lot better off. And I'm running into issues as far as not having enough dragoons. So I'm thinking of just starting to send in extra infantry and an extra artillery in each stack. So we can iron that out. Alright, so Bouquet Horde is going to be assimilated. Which we have 0.19 infamy left, so it actually kind of works out. I'm kind of waiting until we get medicine before we activate the Greek plan. We can do that. But I'm worried about attrition. So we're going to get medicine, get that supply limit increase, and worry about that later. Only integrate the last leader, ruler Bouquet Horde, Sankir Khan, has passed away without heirs. We must fully integrate them into the Russian Empire, furthering advances to Central Asia. Who do we declare war on? Nobody. It was going to be Greater Jews, I guess, or Juz or whatever. But I guess since they don't exist, we automatically take it. So we got all this land for free. Yay. So Circassian Rebellion. Circassians rose up again, seizing several cities, and declared open rebellion to the intent of shaking off Russian rule. So they are back at it. Obviously, we're to declare war and lose some of our troops. I think it's only like 4 though, but that does cause a dent in some of our army stacks, which is a little bit more annoying than anything else. Like this army, lost an infantry unit. Replacing that is kind of the annoying part here. But I think it's only these guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna, yeah, well, oh, they're already involved. I will call these guys too to give my ally access. Even if they don't actually form up here. Alright, so the Tsar Empire is at war with these guys up here. I'll help them. They don't really need my help, but I'll help them anyways. But I just noticed that for some reason, the UK has territory down here in the south of the Tsar Empire. I don't like that, but they're there. I didn't notice it happening. Not like I could have done anything anyways, but still, it's kind of annoying that happened. So the Kingdom of France wants an alliance. I'm a little concerned. Wait. That means the Ottomans broke our alliance. I don't want them allying with anybody else. I might have to declare this war right now. Kind of sooner than I would have liked, but situation calls for war. I don't want them allying with like the UK or something. So we're gonna accept or annex Circassia. End that war. I'm fine allying with the French for now. We can always break that alliance a little bit later. And we'll go ahead and... Oh, we can't declare the Greek plan because of this. Ooh. They should not be lasting long, though. Too many great power allies. I just have to hope that the Ottomans do not get involved or get allied with anybody else. Because that would suck so bad. Okay, so for the first time, we could actually start passing some reforms. I am going to get some trade unions only because I want this. So I'm actually kind of considering the assimilation rate. I don't know how much assimilation we're actually doing, 45.8%. And as a European power, old world power doesn't really help us very much. So in that case, closed borders, I want to keep debtors prison, indirect rule for... No, we'll keep the settlement and just go for state-controlled unions. Maybe, I don't think we'll get any social reforms soon-ish, but we will hopefully soon. So yeah, annex Khorasan. There we go. Now we're at peace, and now we can do the Greek plan. So integrate Abzakia. Where's that at? Up here. So inherit. Think, who was that? I thought it was down here. Maybe it wasn't. But regardless, we're gonna wait till medicine, which is gonna be like just a few days, and I'm gonna finish reforming these armies. Then we'll go ahead and click the funny button. All right, so here we go, guys. The Greek plan we can finally do, and so we already got our medicine, and we are completely ready for this war. We gotta raise this though. I don't know how much it's gonna affect the economy. We got kind of a budget we can lean back on. It's not gonna last long, but hopefully it lasts long enough. It should be about 2 years worth of stuff. Transport is still building. Not good. Not fun. But yeah, so let's go ahead and enact a Greek plan and declare war on the Ottomans. Gain 10 infamy and get cores all over for Byzantium. Let's make sure all these guys are joining in. They will not accept. Bummer. We call Finland in. Call these guys, and I guess... Oh, wait, that was a defense war. Never mind. I was gonna say I could have... that the call ally button, but that would not have worked because they are already... it was the event war. Okay, cool. They have 41 brigades, 7 out of 30. And we only have 5 out of 30. So their tech is actually better than ours. 1,000 a day. Let's just do it. We have more men. So we'll just overwhelm them. Superior manpower. And hope that it doesn't come back to bite us. I'm just going to march right on through. Over here, I think we should probably station some troops. Like in these areas. And post these guys up as backup. Just in case they attack us. Down there. There's really not that many great places that have like not bad supply limit. We have medicine too now, and we still have it pretty bad. Greece can actually join here, and they will accept. Same thing with the Bishopric of Montenegro. Do we have any allies who are not joined in? The Tsar Empire, which will accept. They have 3 out of 30, but they could distract with some of their troops. I'm not against doing that. Who else? I think everybody else is basically in the war. Oh, France. Forgot we allied with them. They would accept. But I don't know if I want them in the war because last time when I did it over in the multiplayer game, some... They weren't even in the war, but Britain basically got this portion for some reason. Some strange reason. I have no idea why. But hopefully we can get all that figured out and not have to worry too much about it. But yeah, we did do the Greek plan, and so there should be a separate piece. So the Treaty of Kiev have truce with the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire is at peace with the Russian Empire and is disarmed. I did have also some issues where we did peace out and it did not work for some reason. So I'm going to make sure we actually save before we peace out so I can identify if there's any issues. Hopefully there isn't. Hopefully it isn't, but we'll have to find out. So, without further ado, let's get this war started. Alright, so it looks like the Ottomans are ready to peace out. Yeah, so like I said, I guess we'll just kind of see how this goes. And ideally, it will be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and peace out. So, cut the Ottoman Empire down to size. Oh, let's see. Yep, Treaty of Kiev. Let's do this, guys. That's what we're been waiting for. Oh, the Treaty of Trabzon. With the recent victory of the Ottoman Empire, it's time to bring back Second Rome and see the Orthodox peoples of the Balkans free at last. Yep. That's a dismantled. Oh, Syria's huge. We can conquer them for 22 infamy. Wow. Okay, so first off, I would like them in my sphere. Iraq too. Who isn't in our sphere? Just those guys. Egypt is in the sphere of the Ottomans. I think we'd like to ally them if we can at some point, but of course we're going to have peace with them for the next few years. We can abolish the Caucasus Nementsnik right here. So gain team militancy, get some accepted cultures, basically annex this area. I will do that. Though I'm not sure, Armenia will no longer even want to ally with us at this point. Which is unfortunate. We'll keep them in our sphere. I don't think that'll be much of an issue. But some of these I actually haven't seen before. Like Pontus is kind of new. Cilicia, Assyria. I don't know if they've kind of changed how that event works. But it's definitely different. So Wallachia and Moldavia is free. Serbia is still in the Ottoman sphere. But hopefully we can get that out fairly soon. Looks like they're now allied to the UK. Which is sort of unfortunate. But it's not going to do anything because they're so weak now. So maybe we could actually ally them and kind of force things in our favor. But we just in one fell swoop, took over the entire Middle East. We dismantled the Ottoman Empire. So that is great stuff. And we also got the Byzantine Empire as a satellite nation. So, oh, I love it. We're going to keep some of our troops stationed over here, ideally. Maybe like 2, 3 armies. You guys can head back over here. Same thing with everybody else. All right, so I think at this point, we're going to try to make sure these guys are in our sphere. I don't think anybody's really going to contest here as far as like the UK or France or any of the great powers, really. Because they are, well, actually, they're westernized. I did not realize that they are westernized. We could still technically conquer them, but 22 infamy sounds like a lot, especially for not knowing if it's actually, why would we conquer them? We should make them puppets. Making them a puppet would actually not be that bad. So probably do that. Maybe same thing with Armenia, make them a puppet as well. Because they'll be a lot more worthwhile as puppets than anything else. The Ottoman Empire, I'm not entirely sure what to do with. Might make them a puppet as well. Because, yeah, Byzantine Empire is not going to be able to expand at all either in that direction. Unless any of these guys have cores. No. Just the Ottomans. The Ottomans are kind of dead, though. Oh, fun stuff. Super fun stuff. So now Hungary is revolting from Austria. I think an important note here is that Poland and Lithuania are going to revolt soon as well. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but during the war, Prussia did actually ally with us. France apparently broke our alliance, but Prussia's our ally, and I like that. I think I like to keep it that way. And we're going to go for China here in a little bit. I think we're at that point where it might be a good idea. They have a decent amount of troops, and we should probably see about trying to increase our mil tech at some point soon. But regardless, I think we're in a good spot to keep going forward. All right, so we're now in a situation where we could actually declare war in support of Austria against Hungary. They'll give us military access. We get more relations with them. And we get some prestige. I think that's a good idea. I don't see anything bad from this. They only have 19 brigades, and Austria has 58. Though they are at war with quite a few other people. They have the Serbian revolt, which isn't much to worry about. They actually are at war with Sardinia, Piedmont, too. So I don't know if it will go well with them. It could very well go poorly as well. And apparently Bohemia Moravia is independent and declaring war too. I would like to go to war. I think that would still be a decent idea. We could declare war and do nothing, though we have to win the war regardless. 4 militancy. Or 2 con... I kind of want the militancy, though. Let's get the militancy. And see if we get any good reforms out of that. Not till 14th of August, but we'll keep the militancy, though. Alright, so we just got positivism. We're going to wait until... Actually, empiricism is an 1860 tech. This is 1850. Nationalism and imperialism in 1850. We wanted to get nationalism and imperialism for what? There's a bunch of economic reforms that don't require it. Return to the Third Rome requires us to be at war with somebody near us. Steam turbine. This requires national imperialism. And national imperialism is kind of a good tech as far as trying to go against some of these uncivs. Which would be good for us. Iron Railroad. Nationalism and imperialism for a Finnish-led Scandinavia. I think we go for this, actually. So yeah, we'll go for nationalism and imperialism. So we'll save up as of right now until we can get that. Because that'll be a really good tech for us to grab. Alright, so it's 1850 now, so we're going to grab nationalism and imperialism. Hopefully get that fairly soon. And then we'll kind of go down to biologism. And after that, I think we'll start maybe focusing on some Miltex, because we're kind of not in a very good position. If we want to go against China soon, we want to have be in a much better position to take that. Poltava is actually already at 4%. So let's go ahead and switch this to Mazovia. I need to pay better attention to this. I'll actually switch, for honest, to Tartaria right now, so I don't have to worry about that. And we'll keep going. We're at we're at 2% now. So research points from intellectuals is maxed out, but we can still get some education efficiency from it. So we're gonna move towards that, at least for a little bit. But probably as soon as we top 10%, we'll switch over to trying to get craftsmen in some of our states. I think that's a good goal to go for. And once this war is finished and we get national imperialism, we will start making some strides towards our expansion once again. All right, here we are, guys. So nationalism and imperialism has been researched. This gets us 2 decisions, it looks like. So we get established Pan or Pan-Slavism. So anybody who has sort of Pan-Slavic culture, relation plus 100, and we gain 10 prestige. Ew, I like it. And the most important part is a Finnish-led Scandinavia. So, Scandinavia, where are you? Right here, you're ours. Gain 10 infamy. I did not know it was that much. Get 21.5 prestige. Ooh, look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's keep getting some more intellectuals. I might switch Nizhgorod over to here. And let's look at it. So, I don't really need these guys in my sphere anymore. Not at all, actually. So they don't have to be in my sphere. Goodbye. I do think Scandinavia over here may end up becoming a great power, though without the prestige as a satellite, they might stay under our satellite, hopefully. But I like how we got all this. Makes me happy. But yeah, as we look at our sphere map mode, we got pretty much all Scandinavia now, officially. Middle East is sort of progressing a little bit. Because our empire took this. We got Serbia and made them our ally. We're trying to take northern China at the moment. I'm focusing a bit over here in Manchuria. And I don't think I really care about that anymore because they're not going to do anything. And yeah, making progress. Yeah, I can't do anything over there. As far as the next tech we're going to do, we're going to do functionalism, get biologism. So it'll take another about a year and a half to grab. We're making steady progress on our literacy as well. So this is good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay, never mind. I just noticed that for some reason, look at the prestige. There's a bug going on. There's totally a bug. Right? Let's pause this really quick and let's figure out what is going on. Because that does not sound right. Well, oh, that's funny. I'm going to post something on the GFM Discord super quick, but we're going to take care of this. That's definitely a bug. It's a bug. It's not mechanic. They should not be able to click this decision constantly. Yes, look, they can keep clicking it permanently. It's free prestige for Scandinavia. No, that's not happening. All right, so we went back in time. We just got the decision again. I fixed it. I kind of just deleted the decision. I didn't feel like going through it, and because it's kind of a little bit confusing where some of it added a flag, some of it removed a flag, and I'm like, I'm just deleting it. So it's gone from the game. But I am happy because I don't have to deal with that again. This is 3.78, so we're gonna have to do some things over again. Not much. I kind of skipped forward a little bit for you guys to not have to worry about that too much. But let's go ahead and get these decisions once again. And a Finnish-led Scandinavia. So, there we go. We're going to withdraw from here again. Because I don't really care too much about this area. And since Prussia's our ally, I kind of do want them to be able to have the ability to take Schleswig-Holstein. And especially since we do not need it anymore. They don't need this part to form North Germany. They only need this part. So we'll have a North German Federation probably this game, but I don't know if we'll have a actual Germany. But we'll find out. I don't know if the music's a little loud. To me, it's kind of loud. I'm going to turn it down just slightly. All I know is that when I was recording and I listened back to the video, it sounded like it was not that high. But I'll adjust anyways. So who do we not have to sphere? So Bishopric of Montenegro, not worried about. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. That's fine. That's fine. Does this say other national investors? No, nation's on another continent. That's fine. Keep going with that. I'm thinking of switching over to craftsman here in a little bit. Probably once we get 2.5%, we'll switch over. But yeah, see they're not getting their little funny prestige, infinite prestige. So fixed it. We're good. This should drop though, as they are a satellite nation. Their industry and nice. Their industry and military score will go up. I don't think it'll be enough to surpass, say, like Spain or something. Maybe it will. Who knows? I'll ally Portugal. Why not? Oh, also Romania did form. I'm not sure when it happened, but Romania is a thing. But they won't ally with me because I have cores of theirs. We could, of course, release this area and give it to, say, Moldova or Moldavia and let them deal with it. That'll be a little bit strange right here. Or just satellite them. We might unsphere them, go to war, or puppet them, and be done with it. I think I might prefer doing that. And then maybe we'll go into Austria and have them expand here. And perhaps form Galicia Lodomeria here. Bunch of different ideas. We'll see which one takes hold. Okay, so the Heavenly Kingdom is the thing now. So China's about to go to civil war, which I think means that this would be a great opportunity to start taking some land for them. In this case, we can acquire a substate region or demand a concession. Demand concession is not what we want to do. There's nothing over here that I could even think that we want. Is this new? I don't remember Nai Mengu being a thing. But regardless, we are going to try wresting some of these states out from under them. We could release Puppet, which might be the best idea here, is releasing these nations as puppets. And then, well, that's a substate, so maybe only Y Mengu might actually count for that. I thought this was a decision, but I haven't seen it pop up yet. There's a lot of substates. Maybe we'll wait a little bit for our infantry to tick down before we go to actual war. But right now would be a great opportunity to do it. We can do a small war and just take Mongolia away from them. It's not a bad idea. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. So yeah, release Puppet is going to be the best one here. Liberate and Puppet Country. Nah, it's Liberate Puppet. Also, I'm switching our national focuses over to Craftsman now. I don't really want to wait anymore, and we have the ability to start really getting some workers in these factories. So let's do it. And let's start industrializing. All right, so let's go to war. And I also just realized that this will probably result in a Heavenly Kingdom taking over all of China. But we're doing it anyways. We can only release, yeah, those guys. That's what I kind of figured. I'm a little bit concerned about not being able to sphere this guy anymore if we go to war. That's probably fine. We can hold off on that anyways. So yeah, release Puppet. Let's go for Mongolia. I could call my allies. I'm not going to. Great. Awesome. So who we're at war with? These guys. Anybody who's in our sphere, we are not at war with. So we're good on that front. Let's just send these guys in then. Alright, so we're going to peace out. This is going to look really ugly, but it's going to be fixed. Don't worry, guys. So we're releasing Mongolia and we're demanding Kashgar. I didn't realize I could actually demand concessions directly from some of these substates. So it works out for us. So we're going to do that. Like I said, it looks ugly. We're going to go to war with Waimengu once the truce expires. And I think this we get once Xinjiang rebels against the Qing Empire. I don't know when exactly that happens, but it should happen a little bit later. But I think this is a good situation to be in. It's not terrible. I'm going to send some troops out there and send our troops back up to the border because we are going to be slowly picking China off bit by bit. So we have to keep that in mind. Okay, so here's something. We are now claiming the Eastern Islands. So Pokobi, Sakhalin, up here, ours. Thank you. Did we? I just want to make sure because I know we got a colonial thing a while back, but no, nothing. We do actually still have Alaska. I kind of forgot about that. And it looks like we got all of the Japanese islands. So all of Sakhalin is actually ours. The Japanese didn't get any bits of it. And I will take it. Claim Sakhalin. So yeah, Russia has ruled lands Sakhalin Island for some time now. Much of the archipelago's population is Russian. It's time we let the world know that we consider these lands to be core Russian territory, which we'll defend to the last. So there we go. Russian Asia, right there. We don't have this little area, but we do have all these, which is a shame for the Japanese. Sorry, my brain is not working. Yeah, they don't get it. Such a shame. All right, so now we have biologism. So hopefully we get Darwinism relatively soon here. So yeah, 0.6 per or 0.06 per month is definitely heading in the right direction. With that research, though, getting an organic chemistry could be good. Or we could try heading down maybe some more of these techs. Freedom of trade could be a good one just because it's right there. There's a mill techs might be good. I don't know. We need more money, and we want our factories to be doing better, and they're kind of not doing great. Which I don't doubt that. I kind of expected them to not do very well. But very few of them are actually making any decent money. And so, yeah, I think we're spending quite a bit just on subsidies for these factories. Okay, so Serbia is going to war against Austria. They only have 43 brigades. What's going on here? Romania is also at war with Austria. France is at war with Austria. What's going on, Austria? They wanted to take the capital of Romania. Really? French war, Piemontonian freedom. Okay, well, we are going to war against Austria here. I am totally down for that. Let's do it. And especially as we can kind of protect our allies down here retroactively or vicariously. Military access, please. Thank you. And let's go save our friends. I think these guys should be enough to take care of the army, but we'll do that anyways. They have 7 out of 36, so it's not nearly as great as I thought it was going to be for them. Ugh, I don't want to go there. We'll just kind of walk in here. Maybe send you there. But it looks like we have another war on our hands, so let's do this. All right, I think we have our peace offer. So basically, we cut down their entire army. So their army's gone. Romania should be able to win the rest of the war by themselves. I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to peace out and let them take over. So Serbia gets this part. I got this part. I'm hoping Romania takes this. The borders look really bad. I want to take this, have Romania take this, and take the rest of their land over here. And then it would probably look at least somewhat better. But, yeah. I admit, it does not look pretty. What is this? Japanese islands have only recently begun to communicate with the larger world. Considering the border we share in the Kurils, it might be prudent to send a mission to open up formal diplomatic ties with the Japanese and work on an arrangement to avoid future conflict over the islands. I'm willing to do that, of course, but I'm not willing to concede anything. So, I'll take the free prestige, though. Rename East Galicia. Where's that at? And the Peking Convention is the one, have no truce to the Qing Empire. And then we get the eastern part. Mongolian Protectorate, have no truce to the Russian Empire. Okay. I think they Polish population transfers. There's a bunch of stuff that just showed up that I'm not too familiar with. But we're going to go ahead and pass, or do this one. And like I said, it's not going to last like that forever. The intent is to keep it temporary. Because it does kind of look bad. I can't get past that. It does look bad. But let's get these troops back home. Oh, so the North German Federation just formed. So good for them. That just means you have a stronger ally now. So and it cleans up a little bit of the borders over there too. But they have all of this in their sphere. And it looks like Austria-Hungary is, well, it's Austria-Hungary now, yeah. But yeah, they're not a great power anymore. Probably because they got walloped by literally everybody who surrounded them. That's not a fun time to be Austria. Okay, so truce with the Qing Empire is now up. So we get two decisions. The first is the Mongolian Protectorate. We're not going to do that. Just because we actually want to annex Mongolia directly, which we actually might be able to do right now. So I think I might want to wait for our infamy to tick down a little bit more before we do something like that. The other thing is the Peking Convention. So we can actually take out the... Oh. No, we don't want to do that. That's 5 infamy. So we're actually going to wait on both of those. Because that would be a bad thing to happen. Everybody started declaring war on us because we went over the infamy limits. But I did notice that apparently the UK took part of Korea, which is ugly. Like, really ugly. But nothing we can do about that for now. For now. Maybe later we will. Neige. So yeah, I'm influencing all these nations down here. Oh. Somehow they are now in the UK sphere. So I'm going to stop that. That's unfortunate. And now you got the two Sicilies and Sardinia Piedmont fighting over Italy down here. Fun stuff. All right, so two things just happened. Mission to civilize. I'm not sure if we can actually use this. No, we still need breech loader rifles and wait till about, what, 1880 for that to happen. So there's actually nothing we can colonize. So... nothing there. But we can start researching empiricism. It's been 1860, and so I know we saved up a few extra research points. I didn't check how much we had. And now that we're below that 5 infamy thing, we can go ahead and take Eastern Manchuria from the Chinese. Yep, the Qing Empire accepts. So good news for us. We get another 11 prestige and increase our relations there. Glorious. So... we could already take this a little bit later, but this is good enough for us. We already have some more land, and we could build some naval bases out here. Probably just one down here, and that should be fine. And there's also a few more decisions. So Mongolian Protector we're obviously not doing. We're going to annex Mongolia outright, and I think how much is that going to be? It doesn't say, but it's all just 2 territories, which is about the same as Macron down here, which should only be 5 infamy for a tiny conquest. And so we're going to wait until we drop below 20 infamy again, take out Mongolia, and then carry on from there. So ruler of the East, gain 8 life rating. Oh, so this is just the eastern part, I believe. Over here, we get some stuff. So we'll go ahead and do that. Gain 8 life rating. Manchurian question. The Pacific coast near Haishanwai has been settled mainly by the Chinese and Manchus during the Qing Dynasty period. So I think this kind of gets rid of some of these pops, maybe. Right now, there's no Russians over here. So if we go ahead and do the Manchurian question, I'm not entirely sure what effect it'll have right away. But I do know that later on, this does become largely just Russian. Claim Yurian Kai. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think that gives us a core over here. We don't annex it outright. Or wait, maybe we did. Okay, these guys, they're gone. I don't know if we just annexed them or not. I think we just took this region too. So all that's left of Xinjiang is right here. And so we're making some progress over here in Asia. Doesn't look nearly as terrible as it did before. So we have just Xinjiang to worry about. We have Kumulganet, we're just going to do. And then there's obviously Mongolia and these guys that we're going to take out pretty soon. Then we'll go for Manchuria. And then we'll have a decent portion of China. And China will be quite limited in size at that point. Which I'm looking forward to. So it could be kind of cool to actually move down here a little bit. Take some of these lands. And then be done with it. And China will be a lot smaller and more manageable if it ever comes to a war. There's also forcibly leased Sumishu, which we gained 1 infamy. And of course, it's over this island. And they don't tend to take kindly to it. But they aren't exactly... Well, Spain has corianders here. They aren't very strong. So we could technically try taking it. But we don't have a fleet over here anyway. So if there comes to a war... Nothing happens. I'm not going to worry about it for now. Yeah, we'll see. We don't even have the infamy anyways. Ah, the American Civil War. Confederate States of America. Have fun, guys. Looks like the Confederates immediately have an advantage. Pop size, not much. But they do have more troops right off the bat. But I don't think it's going to do much. Because they are not mobilizing. So, oh, actually, what's going on over here? The British-Mexican War, French-Mexican War. I don't think the U.S. is going to win this time. Civil War just launched, and they're already at war with the British and the French and the Spanish. Oh, have fun. Have fun, Mr. USA. The assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Already? The Civil War just started like literally a month ago and they already assassinated the president. So we just got idealism. Which means... What do we go for next? We have basically all these culture texts done with. Breech loader rifles might be the best option here. I don't like the 10% debuff. But... I believe there's some sort of reform that ends up happening that means we can get rid of that. But I just don't see that anywhere. Which is really interesting because I thought that was a thing for Russia. Maybe it's not anymore. I don't know. But regardless, I'm thinking of foregoing that, at least for a little bit longer, and focusing more on our economy. Though our economy is actually doing fine. Maybe we'll just do Battleship Doctrine. I'll do Battleship Doctrine, get some more naval bases, then we'll go down the Army Tech tree. That's my decision. Okay, I just took an alliance because I wanted to see what happens during the Civil War. And, I mean, the Confederates are definitely favored to win here. Especially considering that the U.S. Army is kind of spread out everywhere. So I was kind of really curious what's going to happen. Oh, okay, so, yeah, the Confederates just won the Civil War. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Does that mean that they keep their cores? Yeah, they do. I don't know what this will really mean for these guys, but I kind of want them in my sphere. We're already allied with them. That's just funny stuff. All right, here we go. So Manchu's expelled from Outer Manchuria. So we gain some prestige, lose a bunch of pops out here, and get a bunch of immigrant attraction. Yeah, lose a bunch of pops. Like literally all the pops there are gone. That's why it becomes Russian, because everybody else is expelled. But the immigrant attraction should attract people, I think. I know here's getting some migrants. Fun stuff. Also, I'm not really going to click the sell Alaska button. I don't know. I kind of want to keep it for a little bit. We'll see if I actually do end up selling it or not. But in other words, we're actually making progress over here. We have all this in our sphere. I don't have the decision yet, but we are going to take Mongolia here in just a few months. We're going to grab muzzleloader, or I just want to reach loaded rifles. I want to start getting guards in our army, and then we'll get some of the, probably the 2-tier tech over down here done. Breech-loaded rifles is also necessary for one of the colonizing techs too, so kind of important stuff. I was wondering when this was going to happen. The Polish uprising of 1863, because I was waiting. I'm like, they aren't spawning. Like, even Germany formed. Usually it's still Prussia when that happens. And I think usually it's around a time when Austria-Hungary gets all the rebels. So we are going to obviously suppress them immediately. Oh, they take this land? Interesting. I don't think too many of my troops actually, maybe I did lose a lot of troops. Oh, we totally did. We totally did. That is not fun. But regardless, let's take them out. So the sound dues. The United Kingdom called for convention over the use of the Danish Straits, and we, as one of the great powers of the world, were obliged to attend. After a positive resolution, British diplomats are now trying to gather the remaining money to pay off for the deal, and they argue that our ships and commerce in general stand posed to greatly benefit from the opening. Obviously, we're going to do it because I do not want to lose 50 prestige. So it looks like they abolished the sound dues without war. Wait, that's Scandinavia. It's not Denmark. What? Oh, return to the third realm. So we want to make our capital Moskva, which is actually really good because St. Petersburg is totally vulnerable over here. 42 life rating. Where's Moskva? Over here. This one only had, well, that's 42 life rating. We can increase it to, wait, where is it? We can increase it to 5 or by 5 and get some prestige. So of course we're going to do that. Yeah, 47 life rating. That means it will grow much quicker too. Yeah, province life rating plus 0.09%. And of course we'll pay for it. That's fine. And the war over here is basically over. We're just kind of doing the obligatory sieging it down. But they're done for. They won't accept peace just yet though, but they're about to. Yep, right here. Annex Lithuania? Sure. More in favor of jingoism? Of course. Jingoism best. Best jingoism. So that's that. Okay, so Austria-Hungary is going after Serbia. I was about to go to war against Mongolia, but I guess we could still do that regardless. I don't think we're in a position to refuse. I don't see why we would have to refuse in this sort of situation. So we're going to go to war against the Dutch, the French, and Austria-Hungary. We could call the Germans in. I believe they would help. Yeah, they will help. We can call lots of people in. Let's do this. War is upon us again. I don't know if any of these guys would join. They have 15 brigades. Sure. Everybody join in. Cool. So let's send our troops down. I might not have to do too much heavy lifting in this war, which is a good thing. We can probably rely on our allies for the most part to take care of everything. This army is a little crazy, but that's fine. And they'll give us military access. Good. So, well, I guess let's get this war started. The heck? We have what? Did we get this from Denmark maybe when we took them over? We took over their West Indies area? Huh. And I think I would regardless use this over here. This entire area. That's just interesting. Okay, so I guess we're going to go to peace now. I would add stuff if I was able to, but I totally cannot. Our infamy is pretty bad, so I'm not going to worry about that. Did we ever get that war justification? We must have, right? Yeah, we can declare war anytime now. So we're going to go ahead and take the peace offer from Austria-Hungary. Germany's going to acquire Friesland and dismantle constructions over in Holland. So it looks like the Dutch are being the ones that are going to kind of get the brunt of the blame here, of the damage. Look at that. It is cooked Friesland. Certainly makes Germany stronger. That's for sure. And we can now create a state in, like, all of our provinces. Probably because we couldn't before because we didn't have enough naval bases. But now that we do, we can create states everywhere. Oh, they're at war again. Of course they're at war. Did they declare the war, or was it the Americans? Yeah, they declared the war. I knew they were going to declare war because we're allied with them. We'll send aid, but I don't think it's going to end well for you, dude. I don't have the ability to send troops here. I just don't. Oh, no. The Confederacy. We could try just piecing out. Nope. They do not just want to piece out. Oh, this is bad. Can we do anything here? Their fleet is 65 ships, so it's even bigger than ours. I don't think we can. They're totally screwed. They're not even mobilizing. I think the best thing I could do is hope that they will just peace out and not try to annex all of the CSA. So let's get paddle steamers. Try to get some steamer transports. Somehow we have 3% war score against them. Oh, goodness. The Confederates are doing a decent job, at least. But I don't think that's going to last, actually. Yeah. Nope. Okay, they will accept a white peace. I'd be like, oh, maybe we can win, but we're definitely not going to win. Yeah, there's no way. Not when they're surrounded on all sides by like that. Okay, so peace out. You guys did good, Confederacy. You guys did actually much better than I thought you would. Oh, over the next 5 years, we'll have to make some changes here. But the Confederacy did a much better job than I could have ever anticipated. They actually survived. All right, Mongolia is now ours, which means we can go for tumultuous. Let's annex them, which gives us that. And we can't do anything over here yet, it looks like. Yeah, of course, we'll continue our alliance to the Confederacy. And they don't want our alliance. Now they do. Okay, so now we have a ton of reforms we can do. I'm going to start with analytical philosophy. We're going to start researching that. It's the first major research tech. That'll boost us quite a bit. But we have decisions. And we also have rebels. We have lots of rebels too. I guess I could probably get rid of them by passing reform. But I think they want landed voting, don't they? I kind of prefer no voting. Less of a hassle. Though I think we might need landed voting eventually. Anyways. Because we want to get the communists in power. So we'll go and do landed voting. That's fine. But we have all the reforms we're going to pass. Though I would like to wait until after we get analytic philosophy, because that's a plus 50% increase that we have there. Battleship column doctrine and paddles. You got to be kidding me. Oh, I like just did these two within the last few years. I did not know. You just buy it. I'll do it anyways. Get rid of that decision. Okay, so we can do a few other things. So end the turmoil in Svaneti. Where is that at? That is down here. So we can actually annex it for what, 0.5 infamy. I'm fine with that. 0.5 infamy, annex that. Great. Mingrelia is also right there. 0.5 infamy to take that out. Yeah, take that out. So now we got those two completely annexed. We got the Caucasus fully under our control. And this is activate technology. You're kidding me. Did I research all those for nothing? Oh no. That did nothing for us. Forgive my my groaning and moaning because that was painful. That was incredibly painful. We're all good, though. Don't worry. We're all good. Average militancy, at least 1. And then we get to revamp our entire tech sector. And so, man, Great King comes to Bukhara. We've already taken him out, so that's not going to ever happen. Yeah, some of these are just happening kind of later than I thought they would. But we'll just kind of chill, get analytic philosophy, and then we'll go ahead and switch our tech school over with Alexander's reforms, where you should be able to grab it in literally just a few days now. First International. Does that mean we have communists now? Because if we do, that's what I want. I need you guys to just take them out. Jan Mayen, sure. But yeah, enact Alexander's reforms. We're not going to do that just yet, because that will get rid of our plus 50% bonus when it comes to researching some of these culture techs. I'm almost debating whether we should keep it until we get revolution and counter-revolution as well. Probably. That might be the smart thing to do. Okay, we just got that Casus Belli. Iraq wants to get their cores back from Kuwait. That sounds like something quite similar to what happened, like, what, 20, 30 years ago? Oh, no. We're doing it, though. We're so doing it. They're allied with Anaz, but that's fine. So declare war, free allied cores, Iraq, and Kuwaiti Basra. Fun stuff there. So you guys will go in, and I will send in you. Come down here. Nobody wants to join in that war. I don't blame them. Nobody likes the idea of attacking such a small nation. I certainly don't think it's a great idea. Actually, I do think it's a great idea. I'm kidding. I love it. Requisition the Merchant Marine. This actually is probably something we should do. Because it'll take a while to build up our own navy. But if we just spend a little bit of money, we can get a free navy right off the bat. Oh, that's what we like. Did I lose weight? Oh, I did. I lost my entire fleet. Remember how I put them over here to blockade Austria-Hungary? I forgot about them. Now they're gone. Oh, they probably died from attrition. That's a bummer. I know there's some over here. It's actually a decent amount. Enough where we could use it as a staging ground to take over some other territories. Do we have... Are these already level 2? These are already level 2 and we could build level 3? Why? I do that everywhere. Yeah, level 2 out of 3 naval doctrine. We build level 3 naval bases for some reason. That is strange. That is so strange. I think that's some sort of bug. Maybe because it's basically like we researched this tech twice somehow. Huh. I've never noticed that before. I will take the free naval bases though. Free level 3 naval bases. Which might mean that once we get level 3 naval bases, we build level 4 naval bases. Which is just bonkers, because I don't think level 7 naval bases is a thing on this mod. So, well, I know it's not a thing. It is on mine, but not on this one. Yeah, the communists are officially here, so I think we immediately start going for them. The earliest earlier we become a Soviet Union, the earlier we start just steamrolling everything. A Russian Soviet or communist government is absolute bonkers. So we're going to go for that, which would mean switching away from our craftsman folk, at least for a little bit. I am fine doing that just because of how absolutely powerful the communist government is. So we're going to keep doing, or go ahead and shift towards that. I don't think we can... we can't switch during an election. Can we actually do that otherwise? Makes me a bit curious. I like it though. I do like it. So if we look over at their government type, it is planned economy, pro-military. So it's not jingoistic like I would like. We have a great socialist party, state capitalist and jingoistic. Our socialists are great. But we'll take the planned economy, that's fine. If we can get there. Why? Oh, Iraq isn't even in the war. I'm like, why is this not going on? Why is this taking forever? Alright, so we're sending our troops over here to the United States area, or the North America, just because in anticipation of the invasion. That is most assuredly gonna happen. Mycenian excavations. Nice. So I kind of wanted to keep Alaska, just in case in the future we do decide we can station troops out here, just kind of easily transport them to North America. It'd make things a lot easier for us, which is why I'm doing that. But they have how many troops? 26. Americans have 29. And we just stationed about twice that number here. I think about, what, 32 brigades? We'll let these ships heal, and then... Well, I guess we could just send them back right away. Yeah, let's just send them back. And I'm starting to produce a more productive army, so we're putting some guards in. Some hussars, some dragoons. And trying to make a better army composition, because our army's still not that great. But we have the ability to do so, so might as well. Ooh, so we got the face of Agamemnon. Yeah, so we can... Any great power that's not Russia loses 5 prestige. Or we can make it so they all increase relations with us. I kind of like them lose prestige. We get prestige and get some research points. Oh, fantastic. Also, we're sending a lot more armies. So I'm sending some professional armies out here. So we got some nice, very modern stacks here on the border with the U.S. The peace or truce expires in about 2 months. I'm going to send these guys out there as well here in just a little bit as soon as the army's complete. I think this one is all done. And so I'm going to send this fleet actually back to go grab that one. And hopefully 2 more army stacks will be completely ready to take on everybody over there, North America. That's the plan, at least. Alright, so we just got Revolution, Counter-Revolution, which gives us a bunch of abilities to do. And I don't really want to worry about culture anymore. This, where is it? The reforms are right here. So this one gives us some industry, but at the expense of culture and navy. I'm not so worried about our navy at the moment. So we're going to keep focusing on our army, which means it's about time to take the Alexander's reforms. Give us... Oh, that's a ton of education efficiency. Okay, 75% education efficiency. Our empire just went bonkers. 0.1739% per month. Manifesto on unshakable autocracy. No voting. Upper house appointed. Change government to empire. What are we now? We're a semi-constitutional empire because we had to pass some reforms. Would that allow me to take this? Probably not. Well, we'll see. We'll hold off on that just for a little bit. Laodong release. What does that give us? Let's look. So over here, I think that gives us this thing right here in the corner of Fengchan. But let's click it and see. Yep. So we got this little port down here. That's cool. Rename it to Port Arthur. Sure. And Russify the Baltic states. That's over here. So basically annex this portion, which I am totally fine doing. So let's Russify them. Eastern German is, well, gone. Let's add expand these ports. I think that's it, really. Yeah. As soon as the next... Where is it? There's supposed to be another artillery unit coming over there. But I think it got lost. That's fine. Rename Estonia. And rename Latvia. I hold off on everything else. That's fine. Alright, so the war has started. I still have ships en route. They don't get there until the 2nd of February, so I'm going to hold off for just a month. And then we'll get started. Oh, I hate to see their army just die. It's fine. It's for the greater good. We don't want our ships to die. Yeah, look at that. That would be so painful. Alright, proceed. Let's do this. Die. Actually, let's hold off just a month to allow them to get in. Well, I'll probably have to keep these armies here. They're going to Fredericksburg, so we'll go ahead and take them out. I think they're at 13 out of 30 Miltech. We're at 10 out of 30. We're trying to catch up the best we can. That's a +3 defense. This is a +3 defense as well. I don't think that's a good composition or a good general to take out or go on a defensive here. But they're only at... They're at, like, hardly any organization whatsoever. So I think it's fine. Let's just start invading. What is Serbia doing? Oh, they're trying to defend themselves again. Against who? The French and the Austrians. They have 71 brigades. We have 235. I think we can be fine if we rely on both Scandinavia and the Byzantines. Because, or should I just let them take it? No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. We should take them. These are their allied, the Germans anyway, so I don't think the French should have any access. So let's go ahead and take them out. I'm actually going to peace out. This is a war I don't want to fight. I'll just be straightforward. They're going to mobilize, and it looks like France does actually have access, which makes this a lot more complicated because they have 200 brigades. So we are peacing out. They can have Vojvodina. So have at it, boys. Okay, so they'll take the peace offer, which is probably more than we can ask for. Because they are getting stronger. And this is just going to be a slog if we keep going. So acquire Maryland. We'll do it. There you go, Mr. Confederacy. You have this ganky border. Yeah, it's kind of bad. But peace has been won. We'll take it. They're the ones that were kind of declaring war in the first place. But now that they have that, they kind of puts them on a little bit more of even terms between them and the U.S. It's like a 1.5 million per man discrepancy. So this time we're going to send or set up some troops over on the borders here, just to make sure that they don't have nearly as much of an advantage next time. And that should be fine. I want to send these guys back home. Oh, so Germany formed. I don't know if they just finished fighting a war or what happened, but Germany is a thing now. They have all their cores, and they are strong, and they don't like me. Well, they do kind of like me. It's just they don't want to be my ally because they're allied with the British right now. And the British hate me. The French hate me. The Austrians hate me. The Americans definitely hate me. Who doesn't hate me? Two Sicilies? No, they hate me. Japan? They actually kind of like me, ironically enough. And I don't have any of their cores, technically. So, I mean, Japan could be a decent ally even right now. Let's do that. Japan, be my ally. We need allies. Okay, so now we have the Treaty of Akal. This will basically give us the northern portion of the Qajar Empire. I think it's a good decision. We could go ahead and take that. My only issue or worry here is that I think there's a potential, or maybe it's a different decision, where the UK can supplant our influence here. But let's go ahead and do it anyways. Trigger the Russian column. Let's see what happens. They appear to be fine. We are good. No worries. So Liberals actually just won the election. Not a good thing. I don't like that. In fact, if we hold an election, they have a 99% chance of winning. Wow. That is crazy. There must be like something going on as far as, yeah, ruling party support. We might want to change this just so we can get, it might help us get the communists in power if we do that. So let's go ahead and try this. Decreased our militancy. I like that. But otherwise, let's just put populists in power. So the socialists actually have state capitalism and jingoism, so they're a good party to put in power. I don't think I was doing that before, or maybe we were. Can't remember, but they're a good party put in power regardless. Yeah, it's better. Much better. Okay, so we just got Egypt into our sphere, which extends our influence into Africa. I'm debating whether we should actually just go ahead and conquer Tripoli here, because that will put us in a situation where we could start actually colonizing here. And is it 4 years from now? I don't know if these ones we can actually colonize in 4 years, though. But down here, we can start conquering these nations and really push our influence out into the Horn of Africa, which I do like the idea of, which will mean we'll have to put our conquest of China on the back burner for a little bit if we do decide to focus on Africa, which I think is probably a good decision. Okay, so Iraq is invading Nejd. What happens if I get involved in this war? I don't want the UK to be involved. Looks like Assyria or Armenia is involved. Ideally, I don't get involved and we don't go to war with the UK. I don't think the UK would join. They could, technically. Which is worrying to me. Five brigades. If Armenia could get there, that would be great, but I don't know how their troops... Well, maybe they can. They are moving. Yeah, they're moving. So it might be best for us to just not get involved. I don't know if that would actually encourage whether the UK gets involved or not. So we're just going to not get involved and see what happens. Okay, now the UK is involved. That makes things difficult. I would like to get involved now. Form an alliance. Because I don't know what they would do against our ally here. They have a status quo, Caspelli. We can't get involved unless they invite us. And they probably won't at this point. It might be too late. Which really sucks. I didn't think that they would. We can annex Darvas. Which is over here, right? Somewhere. Let's look that up. So Darvas is right here. These guys. So sure, of course we'll annex them. There we go. But fortunately, because of the status quo Caspelli there, it means that they can't take anything else. So it kind of works out for us in many ways. Okay, so the Confederacy is at war again. This time for the liberation of Missouri. The U.S. has only 18 brigades. Confederacy has 18 brigades. Mexico has 32. So Mexico has the most brigades here, and it's kind of more of a concern. Let's see what we can do. So obviously we'll accept right away. And yeah, so Mexico and the U.S. Ideally, we can get a quick victory. And in this case, that would be taking probably as capital and Missouri. They are going to Lynchburg. So I should send up my troops this way. We take Missouri right off the bat. Or maybe send these troops down here to take out. These guys might be enough to sort of dissuade the Mexicans from invading. But let's get these guys into Missouri and start getting that ticket war score. And leave that guy there. And let's get this war started. Let's see what happens. right, so the war is over. We can peace out now. It was a little bit shaky, a little bit there, because I sent some of my armies to attack a Mexican stack, and I had a 5 defense general. That was not a great look. But luckily the Americans weren't doing very great as far as getting troops mobilized and shifting them over here. So we were able to take out their capital in the surrounding area. And I was finally starting to win some battles. So we are actually this army does not need to be here. We're gonna make peace. I was gonna think about adding some war goals, but I don't think that is a good idea. I mean, it'd be like 14 war score to liberate and puppet like Deseret, which is like this entire portion of the country. I don't really feel like taking that much war score for a relatively non-important area, and so we're not going to do that. Salt Lake City has 73,000 pops. That's crazy. How does it have so much? Okay, anyways. Yeah, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to peace out. So, peace offer, Choir, Missouri. There you go. The Confederacy has all this land. I think they get a decision after they get all their cores back to do something, but I don't see them taking it at the moment. That's fine. They are a little bit bigger, a little bit more poised to defend themselves, which is all that we can really ask for. I'm debating whether it actually sets some more troops out here in the form of these guys, because yeah, the US is only going to keep getting stronger, and I'm going to have to keep picking up some of the CSA slack here. So we'll do that and keep working some troops out in this area and work in that front. Okay, so we got colonial negotiations right away. We can't actually colonize anything, but I believe it puts us in a situation where we can start. No, we have to wait for the conference, right? So we can't do it just yet. So we have to wait just a little bit. So that's fine. So the Moskva conference. The colonial powers of the world have gathered in Moskva to discuss the regulation of colonization and trade in Africa. The outcome has become known as the General Act of the Moskva Conference, formalizing the scramble for the African continent. After this point, any westernized country will largely be seen as justified in aggression towards uncivilized African nations. So we got the conference. We get a bunch of trade. Well, we don't get it, but a bunch of places in Africa get some trade goods. We actually have 0.68 infamy, so we can totally capitalize on this. Let's do this. So, declare war, Saudi Protectorate against Tripoli. I will not be sphering them anymore. Could we? I think we get an event for Egypt. I think. The League of Three Emperors. So German Kaiser sent a delegation to the Russian Empire. The proposal: a resurrection of the Holy Alliance formed between Prussia, Austria, and Hungary, which once existed after the defeat of Napoleon. It seems doubtful that such an alliance could bear fruit, but perhaps it is time to consider this idea. The Russian Empire has other concerns than constant conflict with the Germans after all. So gain 22 prestige. They gain prestige. We lose our alliance with Japan, which kind of sucks. What exactly is their situation? They're number 7. I think I could afford to lose it. The Germans have consistently gotten rid of our alliance, but free prestige, and now they're allied with a bunch of people. They're obviously gonna, lose that alliance, but I'll keep it just for the prestige. That's fine by me. All right, so let's take out Tripoli. For the most part, everybody would accept. I don't need any allies in this. Maybe the Egyptians would be nice. Make it a little bit easier for us. All right, so Tripoli will be annexed, and there we go. So now we own Tripoli. Ideally, we can go ahead and take Egypt. I think a little bit later on. I didn't get an event yet. I'm kind of assuming that maybe we don't get it until the Dark Continent happens. I guess we will find out. Or maybe you have to be one of the 3. Like, I think France and the UK definitely can get that event. I'm not sure if the other great powers can. But I guess we'll have to find that out. Okay, so here we go. Nationals expelled from Egypt. So a disturbing report has reached us of Russian nationals being expelled from Egypt. So of course, relationship, goes poof. But we get lots of custom allies. They've been actually fighting my wars over here recently. So even though they have a lot of brigades, they're all like completely wrecked. So we're taking advantage of this. We are going to war against Egypt and we're annexing them. Oh, this is fun stuff. Okay, so this makes me so happy. We're going to call all our allies into the war. I think they will not accept. So yeah, we're going to call our allies in, and we're going to see how this war goes. And here we go, Egypt, annexed by Russia. Russian Egypt, there we go, fellas. Russia has a foothold in Africa. In fact, if you look at the map, we basically go straight into Africa like that. I believe this means we can now establish protectorates on these nations, which is something I am privy to doing. We could technically make them our sphere still, which I might do to prevent people from expanding there while we focus elsewhere, like down here. In fact, I would say that's going to be our option. I don't think we actually get a random declare war cast ballet. Not that I know of, at least. But I guess we'll find out. But look at that. Egypt is ours. We can actually build some naval bases down here too, which I'm super stoked about. The only issue that I'm seeing is that the UK owns the Suez, and we don't want that. In the long term, we want the Suez for ourselves. So we're going to have to find a way to deal with that. And also, it looks like we have a new decision. The Darfur expedition. The Sultanate of Darfur is one of the kingdoms that stretches across the center of Africa. So, gain established protectorate and declare war. I like this. So, Darfur's about to be ours. Can we just send in you, my friend? I guess we can still send our troops in. It's not that much of a hassle. As always, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing if you would like to see more content just like this, more frequent uploads. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.